So clearly these houses are probably worth millions of dollars. I don't even know how much, 5 million. Who knows? Something I can't afford. You can see like all the townhomes are exactly the same. This is super common in in modern neighborhoods in the US. Hello and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to compare two neighborhoods in Washington State. So I'm going to compare a high income, a high class neighborhood to a low income neighborhood. So this neighborhood is actually full of townhomes. So these are like shared homes between various families. They're attached, although the families of course live separately. So this is sort of different from high class neighborhoods where you'll see huge houses just for maybe people who live alone or only a few people live there. So that's one big difference. We're gonna get out of the car and actually take you guys on a little tour around this low income neighborhood. Right, so I said this is like a low income neighborhood, and I don't mean that these townhomes are necessarily low income. I mean more the area of the city is low income. So these townhomes look like pretty middle class. So I'm gonna show you what these townhomes look like. We're gonna do a little walk around the neighborhood and just take a look at the typical American townhome area. So you can see like all the townhomes are exactly the same. This is super common in in modern neighborhoods in the US. You'll see like all the houses are the same color, same style, same shape. They're all the same. They're all attached also. So although they're homes, they are attached. And something super American too is everyone has their own individual garbage can. Like all these garbage cans and the recycling are individual. Everyone has to pay for the garbage service individually. So it's not like within the community. This is pretty much like all that we have here. We just have homes in this neighborhood, townhomes, and yeah, you'll see in most neighborhoods here they try to have green spaces, so they'll have a lot of trees, a lot of bushes, and usually they'll have a little park. So I saw a little park in this neighborhood. Let's go look at it. Again, we're on another street, another road. This road kind of loops around, and still the houses are all the same. You can actually see from the back though, we do have decks. Like these homes have decks, so that's nice. Not all homes or apartments have decks, so that's really comfortable and convenient. All right, so as you can see, we just have a tiny little park for kids to play. As I said, in most neighborhoods, there will be a small park for children or for dogs. So this is a park here in this neighborhood. All right, so we're about to exit this townhome neighborhood and show houses along the street and show you the typical street here in the US, what the streets look like. So we're exiting the neighborhood, and here we just have a pretty residential street. So these are streets that are near neighborhoods. Lots of cars this way. Across the street here you can see like a park. Very green area. We have the light poles and all of that stuff. And then we have an apartment complex here. So this is what we might consider to be truly low income. No offense to anyone. Not trying to offend anyone here, but the facts are there. So this apartment complex is what we might consider truly low income here in the US. So let's just walk through, and so we're just gonna walk through this low income apartment complex and show you what it's like. So again, apartments, there's like no one here, it's empty. And we can see down here like storage. So this down here is like storage and garages. Oh look, they even have a little community garden. So here we can see a community garden and the typical mailbox in all neighborhoods. If a house doesn't have a private mailbox, you're gonna have mail, like a mailbox like this. This is usually for townhomes and apartment complexes. They'll have these mailboxes. And then, of course, because this is an apartment complex, they have the public garbage, like for the community. We're gonna go ahead and leave this apartment complex, and I think now we're gonna show you guys a high income neighborhood. So as I said, this area is low income, but that doesn't mean that everyone is, right? Anyway, Across the street, you can see a typical play field. So we have a soccer field right here. We're gonna show you guys a little typical house. Actually, I see a house right here that's pretty common in the Pacific Northwest, this style of house. So we're just gonna come over here and show you guys this little house. So this house here. So this is like a pretty common style of house here in the US as well, in low income areas. It's only one floor. So this is the kind of house that you might see. All right, let's go back. All right, so I know I'm saying like a low income area, and really we can tell that this is a low income area actually because, hold on, we can see a lot of signs like this one, right? Like neighborhood watch, like they're watching out for crime, right? And it seems all chill and it seems like a safe place right now. It seems like a safe place because it's the daytime, but honestly, I wouldn't want to be out at night in this area, like walking around at nighttime, because it can be dangerous. This area is known for being dangerous. There might be violence in this area, so that's how we know that it's low income, right? People are kind of a little bit more on edge and not trusting people because it is known to be a dangerous area. Now we're actually in a middle to high class neighborhood. You can see that these houses are absolutely gorgeous. These houses are beautiful, and we know that this is going to be middle class, high class because, hello, the houses are huge, and they also have 2 floors. So they have 2 floors and they have really big yards. So they have gardens and really big private yards. So you can see in the front, these homes have private yards, and then in the back, they also have a big piece of private land. So that's the wonderful thing about these houses in these kind of neighborhoods. Let's walk a little bit while I explain another difference. So what we see here in these type of neighborhoods is that all the houses are pretty much the same style. They're about the same size. They're all 2 floors. But one difference that we can see about this neighborhood in particular is that all the houses are the same. They have different colors, which I think is really cute and gives it a lot of personality. But the thing about the suburbs, so this is now the suburbs, really, a suburban neighborhood. The thing about suburbs is that it's like houses after houses after houses. So in this area, we can't really walk anywhere. Everyone who lives here has to take a car to go somewhere. It's not like living in a city center where you can walk outside and go to the store 2 blocks away. Here you need to get in your car to drive pretty far, probably about 5-10 minutes to go get your groceries or whatever you need. So that's why people in the US always use their cars to go everywhere, because the distances are longer. That is a typical middle to high class neighborhood here in the US. So another detail that we can notice about these houses, the reason why we know it's middle class to high class, is because take a look at the garages. This house, for example, has a 1-car garage, but this house has a 2-car garage. So this is not common in all homes. Not all homes have an attached garage. So we know that this is people with a little money, honey. Okay, guys, so now we are finally in the high class neighborhood. So I think it's pretty clear that this is high class. Look at this huge house. And that's not the only thing that makes me think it's high class. Take a look at this view that they have. These are beachfront houses. So clearly these houses are probably worth millions of dollars. I don't even know how much, 5 million. Who knows? Something I can't afford. Anyway, so let's take a look at these houses, this neighborhood. So looking down, you can just see they have a boardwalk right in front of their house. And all along this peninsula, all along this inlet peninsula, we have million-dollar houses. So this is a very high class area, people with real money. And we see just the beautiful beach, the beautiful views. Imagine the sunsets and the sunrises here with the whole view of the peninsula and then all of these gorgeous houses. So take a look at this house up on the hill. Just imagine that view. They have literally like a little hike, and they have a garden to go pass through a garden, and then you go up to their house and they have this amazing view of the peninsula. This is obviously not very common, but this is a high class neighborhood in Washington State. All right, so we're walking down the boardwalk a little bit because I want to show you guys what these houses look like. If we take a look at this wall here, that's like protecting the yard of these people's house. We can see it's super rustic. Like it has the rustic blue paint. It has flower walls. It's really quite beautiful and very impressive. So take a look at this house here. It looks like it can be maybe 2 stories or 3 stories. So clearly we know that that is definitely a high class house. We also have this cute little, it looks like a smaller house, but nonetheless it's very cute. It looks like a little cabin. And we have here some more houses. And all of these houses are different styles. So this is something that really impresses me about this area, because all of the houses are different. If you notice in the middle class house, the middle class neighborhood, all of the houses were the same style, just different colors. Well, here we can see that each house has its own personality. It's probably personalized by the owners, so we can see very cute little homes. Back here we can see a little mini house. That's adorable. And then we just see some typical houses, some more modern than others, but nonetheless with this beautiful view. So that's all for our neighborhood tour here in Washington State in the US. Let me know what you thought of this video down below. If you have any more questions for me, leave them there and I can make another video about those questions. Give this video a like, subscribe to my channel. If you're on Spotify, leave me a 5-star review, and I will see you in the next video.